What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna take you through a week of training as I'm rehabbing from an injury. I figured it'd be fun to give you a little update on how things are going. My last YouTube video I shared just a little bit of an update on what was going on and how I was doing rehab. And when I was doing my road to sub 3 hour marathon series, each week I'd highlight my training program and what I was doing to try to hit a sub 3 hour marathon for the first time as someone who is very much a novice runner, and slowly over the last year in 2024 cut my marathon down from like a 4 hour marathon all the way to a 3:10. I was sharing the journey. I was on the road to trying to go for sub 3. I missed it, and then I got injured, and now we're trying to make the comeback in. Today on my run I was thinking a lot about this idea of comparison. The comparison game when you are injured is a tough one. All you're thinking about is what you did before, and comparing the short 5K run that I did today to the 30+K marathon simulation that I did this time last year. And it's really hard. You can get in your head about it. And so I want to share a little bit of my programming right now just to give you a sense for like what that looks like from a rehab standpoint, coming back from what was a suspected bone stress injury, not confirmed, but that's kind of what I'm treating it as, to try to get back into some running. I'm going to take you through a little bit of what that looks like. So I'm gonna pull up the program in here, go to old Training Peaks. So a little insight into what I'm doing. So I am still strength training at the moment. I have been working towards some high rock style stuff. I'm thinking about participating in a high rocks event hopefully this year if the leg is good. So I've been strength training at least 3 times a week, probably getting another session in there as well. And so I'll take you through a little bit of what that looks like because it's fun. So Monday, kicked it off with some back squats, some rear foot elevated split squats, and then a little bit of a circuit at the end. Been really fun to get back into that. The one thing that I've been experiencing a lot of is some leg soreness, just like DOMs to the max, doing squats and doing Bulgarian split squats again. I did a 500 meter row repeat workout, which I posted on my Instagram, which you guys should follow me on Instagram. It was 5 sets of 500 meter intervals, trying to cut down those intervals each set. It has been nice to keep some intensity on the rower or different erg implements. I always enjoyed that. I used to do a ton of CrossFit. So being able to get back into that, keep some intensity while my running isn't, super intense right now. I did also get in a run on Tuesday where I did a 5K run. How I've been approaching my runs is I've literally been trying to just add a kilometer every second run. So what I would do is like this week I was aiming to run 3 times. I only got in twice, but run 5K, and then next run I'll do 6K, then 7K. So I'll run 2 runs at each kilometer, slowly building my volume up. I'm really trying not to put pressure on myself here with the running. That is kind of what led me into some frustration when I tried to reintroduce running back in February. On Wednesday, we did some bench press and a little upper body circuit. See if I can open this here and show you what we did. So did a bench press, 3 sets at 85% of my 1 rep max, 5 to 6 reps. I didn't quite get to 85% of my 1 rep max. My 1 rep max right now, which I tested a little while ago, was 280 on the bench press. Holding that bench press strong from my football days. But I think I did 225 for 5 reps for 3 sets, which is really solid. Happy with that. And then a little bit of a superset, 15 med ball strict press, 15 med ball push press, 15 med ball thrusters, and 15 wall balls. It's fun to do these workouts. I haven't done this style of workout in a really long time. What I've been surprised by with some of this endurance-based training is like how much muscular fatigue that I'm getting. So it's been really fun to incorporate some of that. And then a little bit of an AMRAP at the end of 100 meter farmer carry, 10 hand release push-ups, and a row. So getting a little bit of conditioning within my strength work as well, which is nice when my zone 2, training is not super high right now as I come back from running. Friday did some deadlifts, some trap bar deadlifts. I think I worked up to like 225 for 10 reps, and then did a little bit of a superset of incline dumbbell press with some pull-ups, so a nice little upper body pump. And then today, as the recording of this video, Saturday, I ran another 5K run. Really trying to run these as easy as possible. I'm not really going off any pace. This is the Strava run that I did today. The title, Baby Steps. We're working back. 5:49, actually pretty good. I've been running like a lot slower than that, like 6 minutes, 6:30. This is the other run. Running is fun. It was really cold and wet that morning. But these are the 2 runs that I did this week. And my total volume is 10 kilometers with 59 minutes of running, which is, for me, very, very little. And I mentioned at the start of this video the comparison game. And this is something that I want to talk a little bit about because it is really challenging to not get into the comparison game when you're rehabbing, especially when you're pushing your body. Like if I look at this Strava graph, like this shows the last year here. I try not to get in too much of my head, but it makes me sad to see like how little running I've done since October. Last year was the biggest year of running I've ever done. And outside of like the performance aspect of it, which I've had great success for myself, I just love running. And the fact that I'm not running right now, I think is the most frustrating part for me. But the comparison game is hard, right? Because I'm out on a 5K run today, running, very, very slow for me. And all I can think about is just like how I was running, back when I was feeling good. And you can really let this paralyze you in rehab and get in your head. And I think I did have this happen to me in February when I tried to reintroduce some running. And I let it get to me, and I was doing runs that I didn't need to be doing. I was pushing to a 15K long run when I hadn't been running that much yet. And it's just because my mind was stuck in this idea of like, man, when I was in marathon training, the shortest run I was running in prep was like 14, 15K in the week. That was my shortest run. And so in my mind, it's like, well, I can go out and do a 15K long run. That's nothing. That was one of my shortest runs before, which I probably could, but my injury wasn't ready to do that. And it's very easy to let this comparison game, derail you. So I think the best way to overcome this, or at least what I'm trying to do right now, and part of it is making these videos, it really helps me get this stuff out. But I think what I'm trying to do is, one, appreciate where I once was, because I'm really proud of that. I put a ton of effort in, a ton of training, a ton of commitment to actually like really reach some cool goals and abilities for myself, which I absolutely love. So appreciating that I could push my body to that level and get that level of fitness, but also at the same time appreciate the fact that now I'm on the journey of rehabbing, that I was actually able to run 5K today, because if you look at my Strava graph here, about 3 weeks ago, I wasn't running at all. And so the fact that I'm now running 2 to 3 times a week and able to do that without much issue and be on the way to rehab, like I need to also appreciate that. So I think when we're trying to compare, it's fair to get into your head about it, but instead of coming at a place of like judgment, trying to come at it from a place of appreciation. Appreciating what your body did when it was at its top performance, but also appreciating what your body's doing as you're rehabbing from an injury, and just trying to look at it from what have I done from where I was in the most recent time. For example, 2-3 weeks ago, I was running 0. Now I'm running 5K a couple times a week, and we're on our way up and ideally getting back to a place where I can go out and really push my body. So I know it's tough, man. I feel like a lot of people like tuning into this video have dealt with injuries and are rehabbing, and I know this is hard, and I'm a rehab coach. I help people get through this process, and it's hard for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. And one other thing I'm going to show you guys here, just because I do want to appreciate what I was doing before. I can click back to this time last year. So I was preparing for the Mississauga Marathon. I documented a lot of this. You guys should go to the YouTube channel. I documented the peak week that I'm about to show you, where I did my race sim, probably the toughest run that I've done to that point. And then I went and ran a 3:10 at Mississauga, which was about a year ago, at the end of this month, I think. And so like, it's super cool to like look back on that. I'm super happy I documented it, and you guys can check that all out on my channel. But I just want to bring it up here on Strava. So this was April 6, 2024. Today is April 5th, 2025. I ran the Mississauga Marathon Sim workout. was a 34-kilometer workout. So this is what I'm saying, like the comparison game, man, it can get to you. I ran 5K today. This time last year, I ran 34K. And like this was a workout where I was doing like 3K intervals and trying to run them faster than race pace. So I think I can pull the workout. Yeah, here it is. So the workout that I did was 4 kilometers warm up, 6 times 1.5 kilometers at 4:25 to 4:30 pace, which would have been like marathon goal pace, and then 3 kilometer intervals at 4:10 to 4:15 per kilometer pace. So about 5 seconds faster than marathon pace, and this would have been my goal marathon pace for the recent Toronto Marathon. So that was the workout. And then the breakdown of that was for each 3K interval, I did 4:15, 4:15, 4:14, 4:13, 4:10, and I finished with a 3:59 on the last 3K segment. That was my best run ever to that point, and probably the most challenging workout I've ever done, and absolutely crushed it, feeling the top of the world, body feeling the best it has ever felt. And I think as much as I can look at this and be sad about the fact that I'm not doing that right now, I'm also actually genuinely right now in this moment super happy and proud of like the fact that I could get that fit and really push my body to the limits. That's really something that I absolutely love doing. So trying to come at it from a place of like appreciation and knowing what your body's capable is just a better way to look at it when you're going through the rehab process. And I think I even PR'd my 30K here. Like, let's look at my 30K time, which is funny because like even going from here, like I think I ran a 30K PR in my build up to Toronto, but like my 30K PR at this time was 2:11, which the Around the Bay just went off last week, which obviously I didn't run, which I would love to take a shot at trying to run 2:11 or faster, which I definitely think when I'm training, I'm capable of that. But yeah, it's just really fun to be able to like go back and look at this stuff and compare. And I try to spin it in a positive way. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and share that with you guys. This is what a week of training is looking like for me right now. A little bit of what I'm hoping to accomplish moving forward is slowly build my running volume back up. I'm not putting too much pressure on it. So for example, this week I wanted to run 3 times. I only ran twice, just given like how my body was feeling, how I was recovering. I'm trying not to force it. I'm the king of putting pressure on myself, and I'm trying not to do that, which is why I haven't put any races on the calendar yet. I don't need that pressure right now. I just really genuinely want to get back to running and being able to go out and run any distance that I can without thinking about it. We're coming up on spring, summer, the best time to run. There's nothing that I love more than a sunrise run in the spring and the summer. So that is my main focus right now. So next week, the goal is probably going to try to run 3 times, 4 times, maybe couple 6Ks, maybe a 7K in there, depending on how the leg is feeling. I'm slowly just going to bring that volume up until, maybe we get to around 30 to 40 kilometers total, and then I'll start spreading things out a little bit and maybe building on a long run. But I'm not trying to put too much pressure on it. I just want to be able to run and also train for High Rocks, because ideally I do a High Rocks this year, which I'm slowly falling more and more in love with High Rocks. I feel like I was built for that sport, so I'm excited to dabble in that a little bit as well. But that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm gonna try to make some more videos of this, share the process, give you guys a little insight into how I'm doing. Maybe we'll get a vlog style video up there, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Head over to Strava, follow me on Strava. I'm still trying to become a Strava king, building up the Strava followers. I haven't been as active on there, but I'm gonna try to get back. And then if you guys wanna follow me over on Instagram, dlano.93, you can do so. And small plug, we've really been trying to build up the Movement YouTube channel. I've been filming a lot of content. We're doing a 50K series where my business partner, my friend Will, builds up to his first 50K ultra marathon. It's coming up here at the end of May, the Sulphur Springs race. We've been documenting that process over on the Movement YouTube channel. If you guys like what I put out and are not following the movement, head over there, follow it. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers there. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe all around. We're having a ton of fun making these videos, but thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you're getting after it. I hope you're pushing yourself. I hope you're comparing in the positive light and not the negative light. And as always, dig deep. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.